Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bit War Podcast Live. I'm your host, Brett Bates. Join with me, as always, Andrew the Wink Winkleman
Howdy, howdy.
and Zach Goins. And voice crack.
Wow.
Awesome. On his birthday, hitting puberty.
Yeah, apparently.
So, special announcement. Special announcement today. Zach's mic sucks as always. And also, even better, Wing's birthday is today. He's a big 3-0.
Big day.
I'm a couple days behind him. The 21st, I will be the big 3-0. So having a lot of big birthdays in the same week. But
It's depressing.
it is. It's life's over, right?
It's all downhill from here.
Let me grab another mic really quick.
People who are 50 are probably like, dude, 30's young, but we're like, life's over. Exciting part's done.
Everything sucks for now.
Yeah. So we got a short podcast for you this week. There wasn't a whole lot that happened really in the gaming world this week besides the Pokemon Go overtake the world thing where
Yeah,
people are
yesterday.
people are hooking up drones, like they're mirroring their devices and hooking them to drones so they can just sit back and fly and catch Pokemon, which is just
on the
crazy.
day of what was it, Amazon Prime Day, someone tweeted a link to an RC car that was on sale for a crazy cheap price for like $7 or $10, something like that.
Yeah.
And the link they posted, attach your phone to this and just drive around in your backyard to hatch eggs. I was like, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, people are becoming really inventive with how to kind of cheat the Pokemon Go system.
Well, it's for a lot of people, it's the only way to get certain Pokemon because a lot of certain types are like selective to certain areas. So if you live in a rural area or a not very big city, that's your best bet to get some certain high rare Pokemon.
Yeah,
Mic check 1, 2. Are we good now?
a little better. Yeah,
A little better? Okay.
Yeah.
At work, I work at the Apple store, and I see a lot of guys, they turn their phones on and then just put it in their pocket and do laps around the store while they're helping people out. They'll be like, oh yeah, hold on a second. Walk around the store and come back. Oh yeah, how can we help you out with that today?
Can you hit me up with that sound effect again? That's Bit War owned now. No one can take that.
Yes.
Copyrighting it. So like I said, short podcast today because we are having a Halo Fun Night directly after this, and after every podcast during our eSports off seasons. The open circuit has stopped for Halo, which is really our only official esport at this time. So we're going to have a bunch of Halo Fun Nights, or if we want to play a different game, I know Wink is going to have Overwatch here shortly. So we'll probably hook that up a little bit more too after he gets a little better at the game, a little introduced to the game a little bit. It's pretty different, but
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. So we're gonna dive right in. First thing we want to talk about gaming wise, the PS4K. I saw an article today that said essentially what it is doing is encoding things in 4K and upscaling it to 4K, identically to how the Xbox One S is. So all this rumor about how it's going to be this hardware upgrade, it doesn't sound like it's that big of an upgrade. What do you guys feel about that?
Wink.
Yeah, if this is true, of course, this is always a big
Right.
asterisk next to rumors like this. It would really make a lot of sense for why they kind of backed off announcing it at E3.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the Xbox One S was announced, it was just a slim model and there wasn't that big major hardware upgrade
Yeah.
that everyone was expecting. It was just like kind of a tweak, and just a minor upgrade, and everyone's kind of like, okay, but is it really worth dropping the money on a new console this soon when it's not that big of an upgrade? But then they announced the Project Scorpio, which is a monumental upgrade in hardware and everything. And so, yeah, if if it's only a minor tweak like the Xbox One S is, I can see why they would want to back out announcing it and kind of start from the ground floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, it was interesting. We were all blown away when we found out that they pulled out the 4K from E3, but now it's starting to make more sense. And I'm also curious if they will just completely like ditch that and just start doing the next. Because if I know they're already working on the next one, but maybe they'll turn their focus on that. Whereas Xbox, they showed what they had next, and then we're working on what they have next after that. I bet I wouldn't surprise me if Sony was just completely like, oh yeah, here's what we have going on next. This is what we're gonna do
Well,
instead of the 4K.
marketing is going to have to save them. Marketing is going to bail them out of this. If this is true, it's going to have to be some outstanding marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I mean, luckily for them, they have such a huge lead in the console race as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could maybe survive a big misstep like this. I mean, we're gonna have to kind of wait and see. And what this kind of does is this could be a major issue for developers. I mean, what
Yeah.
are they gonna get thrown different specs again that they have to worry about now? You know, because not only do they have to, develop games for the PlayStation 4, but if this new console is being completely scrapped, which I'm sure they were already working on, developing games for what they were given by
Yeah,
Sony.
exactly. Yeah.
Now if they're gonna be getting whole new numbers to work on it. I mean, that makes it even harder for them.
Yeah, and what I think maybe their best option would be is to bring out this this PS4K or 4.5, whatever you want to call it, under a different name than the Neo or the 4.5. Just call it like the PS4 Slim, and have those hardware specs originally, and then say what we're coming out with something.
Well, but then again, this Neo and PS4K stuff is just also rumors and never verified as a name, because
Right.
Sony's never even verified there's something being coming out. It's just all been leaks and rumors and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
This is the one thing that surprises me. Like, how? Let's put aside the fact that Microsoft and Sony keep things secret. How did Sony not know Microsoft was coming out with something better than what they had?
I think they knew
Like that's
that
what
they were
kind of
coming out with
surprises me.
They knew about the Xbox One S, but it wasn't until 2 days before E3 is when Brett first saw that article
Yeah.
with rumors of them coming out with two consoles, and like, why would they come out with two consoles? It doesn't make any sense. And then we saw what the actual product was, and you're like, whoa, okay, this is a lot different than what anybody was expecting. Because this is a huge, a huge product line upgrade in just a short period of time. So maybe they just didn't know of the Project Scorpio. They just knew about the Xbox One S kind of thing.
Yeah, and that would make sense if they knew what the Xbox One S and like the 4K upscaling and the streaming video 4K. So maybe that's kind of what their benchmark was. And then they heard about the Project Scorpio somehow and were like, okay, let's pull the plug on that.
Yeah, kind of like they said Microsoft was like, oh yeah, this is our next model, but we're going to show something better than this, and Sony was like, that's all we have.
Yeah, it was until that week of that Sony officially just said that they're not announcing any new console at E3 when everyone was expecting it. Man. So
yeah,
what a nut shot though. That's just so crazy.
It's strategic. Real strategic.
That was a haymaker Microsoft needed badly. So
yeah, absolutely. Good for them. Phil Spencer keeping that under wraps and dropping the bombshell right out of the gate too. It was just like, hey, check this out. Anyways, if we can confirm or deny those rumors, we'll definitely update you guys. But if that ends up being true, I think that's kind of bad news for. I guess it's just one point against Sony, not that it's the downfall of Sony, like Wink said. They're so far ahead in this kind of battle, this console war, that it's not like they're gonna fall apart just because of this little debacle, if it even becomes a debacle.
Yeah, it would be their first.
Our sources will tell us, and we'll let you know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Our guys will.
It would be their first major misstep since announcing the PlayStation 3 at $500 or whatever at the time. So.
Yeah, which has been a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that happened.
10 years probably. But anyways, so we'll keep you updated on that. Next up, Wink's Trivia. So Wink, why don't you read us a question again to remind us and how to submit your guesses, and then Zach is going to read some of our guesses live. So Wink, go ahead and update us again.
All right, the question is what prominent PlayStation character model was made after a TV star? We've had a few guesses.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've had 3 total guesses, and 2 of them were really good, but not the right answer to this specific question. If Zach wants to go ahead and read those guesses off right now, and then I can go down the line of how to answer them.
All right. So the first one we have is from our good buddy Rex Borseth. It comes from Twitter, at Gaming is the answer to the trivia question William Defoe in Beyond Two Souls as Nathan Dawkins.
No, it's not. He's technically correct by it being a TV star and stuff like that, but that is a really good guess. But that's not the right answer for this question.
There you go. So Rex, sorry, you do have another chance. Jake Freeland, Feed the Yak on Xbox One, just new friend we just made a couple weeks ago. At Bitwar Gaming, the question is the answer the girl from The Last of Us, aka Juno. Hashtag Links Trivia.
What's her crap? Ellen Page, I think is her
Ellen
name.
Page, yeah. And my video
Ellen
went out again
Page
because that's awkward.
technically is an actress, but no, this is not the right answer to this for this specific question. Another very good guess.
And then this one, also Jake at Bitwar Gaming. How about Lindsay Lohan in GTA 5? Crying face emoji. Hashtag Links Trivia.
Well, that's not even a PS4 exclusive, though. Is that part of the question?
Yeah, PlayStation.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah, but hey, well, if Lindsay Lohan's lawyers had any, input on this, they would say that's correct. But no, it's not.
Right. Man, that was just so crazy.
So, yeah, so that's 3. We have 3 good guesses, really good guesses, but no luck wink.
No, and we'll go a few more weeks, and if the question or the answers dry up or no one guesses, well, I'll give another hint. Probably a substantial hint, because this one is like once you figure out the answer, you go, God darn it, I knew that.
Someone in chat just guessed.
What we got?
Check the chat. Hayden from Heroes.
No, I don't know. Honestly, don't even know who that is, but no.
It's the cheerleader, right, in Heroes.
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, Hannah
Yeah.
Panettiere. No, that
Yeah.
is another good guess. Yeah, and Until Dawn. That's not.
She was in
this
Until
one.
Dawn?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
the
she's
character.
the-
model.
What?
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
didn't
check
recognize
that out
her. It looks exactly like her, and it's her voice.
I guess I guess I see it now when I'm like when I remember watching Logan Sharp playing it, but I guess I just never realized it.
No, yeah, she's in it, and then the dude from Mr. Robot is
Oh yeah, he's the dude in there.
he's
Yep.
the brother or whatever of the sisters that died.
Son of
So,
a gun.
We just gave away that isn't the right answer.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Coming on the topic. So, yeah.
Whoops.
Oh,
Freaking
yeah. Maybe that is. I don't know. Maybe that is a question. No.
Oh,
No, that is a good
man.
guess though.
Yeah, definitely a good guess because I
Who does
didn't even
that?
think about that.
Ameristar TV. Oh,
yeah.
thanks for watching.
Yeah, gosh, I want to say it's my cousin. Maybe not. I could be thinking of a completely. Oh, Crash and Burn TV is my cousin. That's right. So Ameristar TV is not. I don't think so. Anyways, good
Could
guess.
be your cousin. You're related to like everybody.
That's true. Everyone in Michigan. Anyways.
Yeah.
So great guess. Keep the guesses coming. And like Wink said, you can tweet at us at Bitwar Gaming, use the hashtag Links Trivia, or email us at bitwargaming@outlook.com. So I don't think we have any Ask BWG questions. I didn't even look. I didn't have time today.
We don't.
Unfortunately, we don't.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, anyways, just a reminder, if you guys have any questions you'd like us to talk about on the podcast, you can tweet at Bitwar Gaming, or you can use the hashtag AskBWG, and we'll see if we like your topic of conversation. We will discuss it on the podcast. So next up, we're going to go into our eSports update. Really, not a whole lot. The EU Open Circuit tournament happened, the final tournament, and so what this tournament was for, it was to narrow down the top Open Circuit teams, to narrow it down to the top 2, and those 2 would go against the lowest 2 Pro League teams in relegation to see if the Open Circuit teams could knock out the Pro teams and take their spot for next season, which is just a huge achievement if someone is able to do it. What I think was funny, though, is there was one match where people were getting destroyed in a Slayer match. It was like a game. The team was losing 2-1 in the series, and so the fourth game type, the best of 5, was Slayer, and they were down. I think it was 32-3.
Oh my
and
God.
so the 3 people on the team just rage quit, just right in the middle of the game, just drops like
What?
right in an official tournament, just rage quit because I mean that is almost an insurmountable deficit to overcome.
Yeah, you
to
can
come back.
rage quit in a pro match.
they straight up rage quit.
Oh my gosh.
So the official judges said, well, that's disqualification. So it's not like they were going to win, but still, they rage quit. So I thought that was hilarious.
Wow.
And then in the losers bracket semifinal. So before I go here, congratulations to Team NTSC. They're a French team. They are the first to qualify for relegation against the pro teams in Europe. So the second one, I don't know when they rescheduled it to happen, but what happened was in the middle of this best of 5, it was 2-2. This was game 5. It was 2-2, game 5. In the middle of game 5, I mean, it was 30-16 the score, so it was not that close, but still a gap that you can overcome in a game because it was starting to slow down. 3 of the people on the losing team were part of the Xbox preview program, and it just so happened that the updates rolled out mid-game, and it kicked them out. So I guess it took them like 20 minutes to update or whatever, so they postponed the game, the game 5, to finish that series.
That's happened to me before. I got the first week, a new dashboard rolled out. I was playing Halo 5 with you guys, and all of a sudden my screen went black. I wonder what the heck's going on. I thought my Xbox died. I mean, it was a preview program updating me for some reason at 10:30 at night.
Yeah,
it was really random.
They do weird times for different zones, but it was about 10:30, 11 p.m. in Europe when that happened. So it doesn't surprise me that it was about that time.
I just don't know why that won't. I mean, because it's always got sleep mode. I don't know why. Usually everything else updates when it's in sleep mode. I don't know why it would do that when it's active, an active user. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really good question. Microsoft,
because gamers don't play at 10:30 at night.
Phil Spencer, if you're listening to this, like I know you are, fix that.
Get that crap fixed.
Right.
Also, can you say hi to us?
Right. So as soon as we know more about that, we'll let you know. The last week of the North American Pro League was this past week, and there was a huge upset. Renegades was against Team Liquid, and Team Liquid had only had one win up to this point, and Renegades was in second. They were in third place, a pretty solid third place. But if they were to lose this game for some crazy reason, they would give EG an opening. If they beat CLG, who is the number 1 spot, they would replace RNG Renegades as number 4, and only the top 4 get to go to the finals. So, in a crazy stroke of happening, Team Liquid beat Renegades. It wasn't. They were close matches, so it's not like they skunked Renegades, but they beat them still. And so then we got to EG, and so I was pulling for them. I like to see this come from behind story of, they were falling apart as a team. Now they're trying to pull it back together and then do awesome things. But CLG wrecked them. It wasn't even close. So I think after the first match, it was really close. Capture the flag match, and the second one was a Slayer, and they lost that 48-50. I think after that point, I think they just realized that there was no way they were going to reverse sweep CLG and win 3 straight to take the series. I think they just gave up because the next one was a real quick Strongholds match. It was just really fast. I think it was like 115 or something crazy like that. It wasn't even close.
Gosh.
So I think they just kind of gave up and realized that, there's a lot of talk about the twins on that team kind of retiring from Halo after this season. Because a lot of things change in their life, a lot of things happen. I think they're both studying to be like engineers or electrician or something.
Jeez.
So I think that they might go to that chapter in their lives and kind of put gaming behind them, which, more power to them if they're going to better themselves. Awesome. I'm all for it. So it was kind of people were hoping to see if this was the last season they were going to participate in, them at least get to the finals. And at this point, the finals is a $250,000 prize pool, and they're planning on having 2 seasons per calendar year. So it's still a decent chunk of change.
That's a lot of money.
It's not anything like Worlds was, where the winning team took home $1 million, but it's still a chunk of change. And that having the open circuit where random teams can come in and try their luck and see if they can get into the Pro League to make that money, I think has only helped out Halo eSports. And Wink, didn't you say there was an article that said active Halo members are at the highest point ever?
No, it was. I was listening to an Xbox podcast that said the week before, or leading up to the week, but they had a free Xbox Live for a week or
Oh,
whatever.
that's right.
Where they gave out. They said the the Halo fan base, active online fan base, was bigger than it's at its peak of Halo 3.
Yeah.
And Halo 3
Wow.
was the pinnacle of online gaming for Xbox. So
Yeah.
to say it surpassed that even before they gave it away for free for a week it says a lot to me that they did something right with this game.
Yeah, absolutely. One more, well, I guess two more notable things real quick. First was that the Evo tournament was broadcast on ESPN2, which was
Wow.
a Street Fighter and Super Smash Brothers tournaments, the World Championship tournaments. Were broadcasted on ESPN2, and I thought that was awesome.
Smash Brothers is one of my favorite games to watch because it's just such chaos. And
Yeah,
I still can't like wrap my head around how players get so good in that game.
yeah.
'Cause,
Like, everything is perfectly timed, perfectly
I know
defended.
it just blows my mind. Like even it fascinates me more than any other fighting game. It's fun
Yeah.
to watch.
Absolutely. The other thing was that Pokemon Go set Nintendo stock records because of all the money they've made and how much. And
We should have invested.
Stocks are all based
Oh.
off of futures. You know what?
It also broke record. It set the highest sales for anything on iTunes ever.
Yeah. So it definitely had a huge market impact across the world, globally. So
I know I was ready to drop $20 on it yesterday until the servers went down for an entire afternoon.
yeah. Well, there was
Why
4
would I spend
days.
$20 on it?
There was 4 days when I could not log into Pokemon Go on my tablet, and I uninstalled the app, reinstalled the app, did everything I could think of, went on their forums, tried to tweet at Nintendo support, no love, just nothing. So,
Yeah, I know yesterday Canada got it, so I know that's why their servers were hit pretty hard. But
yeah,
and if they don't fix the servers soon, man, they're in trouble.
yeah, absolutely.
No game is immune to bad servers. That can kill a fan base quick. I mean, I'm almost to my breaking point to where I'm not gonna grind on a
Already?
game where I can't get online half the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I wanna log in and play, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, the server's down. Try again later. It just is like, okay, well, I'm not gonna play this game, and that's out of mind. I'm not getting into the game. I'm not immersing myself in the game. So then it just makes me want to play less.
I know, like I almost hit my breaking point. I think it was last Friday. I was hitting Pokestops and randomly a Dragonair showed up, and I'm
Oh,
only
dang.
level. Yeah, I'm only
Oh
level
my
9, so I'm
gosh.
losing my flipping mind.
Wow.
And I don't have at
Wait
level
to see
9.
the
All you
effort.
have is regular Pokeballs, and so I'm dropping raspberries every time I throw a ball. And one of the times I threw a ball, sometimes the screen will just freeze to where all you see is the Pokeball. It's not shaking anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like when you kind of lose the servers. And so what I did was I switched out of AR mode and switched back onto it. And then all I got instead was just that blank backdrop,
Oh no.
But I couldn't see the Pokemon. And so I'm like having a panic attack. So then all of a sudden the circle starts popping up again. So I'm still able to throw Pokeballs at that point, but I can't see the Pokemon.
Oh my
And
gosh.
like for that entire 10-minute experience was the most stressful I've ever been because one, the servers kept giving me issues. Like if the Pokemon just ran away, it'd be different. But the fact that I almost lost it because of the server issues,
Yeah.
I would have lost. I might have been done with the game after that. But I caught him thankfully, and he's sitting well in my little Pokebank.
Awesome. That's
Wow.
crazy. I saw a pretty funny video where someone on the Envy Halo team, Pistola, so there was somewhere where a Rhine, what's the Pokemon name? The rhinoceros looking
Rhyhorn.
Yeah, thank you. Someone was found one of those, and so there was like 100 people in this city square.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden you see Pistola, the Halo player, like sprinting by whoever's recording the camera, singing the Pokemon theme song. Like, I want to be the very best.
Someone on Facebook posted a Central Park at like one of the New York parks.
Yeah.
There was a Charizard, and you see all these
Yeah.
people
Oh my gosh.
flooding towards it. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the
There was a. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm almost certain it was a Charizard.
Yeah, I saw that video
It
too.
was a Charizard.
Yeah.
I saw that video too. Friday night in Grand Rapids, there was a Pokemon meetup night downtown, and they said that there were thousands of people downtown, like stopping road traffic and just like being there to be there, just to be there. And then the servers went down, and they were not happy about it. But
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, there's
Turn
thousands
into
of
a-
people. Like, what do you expect?
Turn into a civil riot at that point. Start looting.
I know on
Thanks,
at least two
Nintendo.
occasions recently where I've went out to hit Pokestops because I'm getting low on Pokeballs, and the servers don't work, and
Yeah.
I just get so frustrated. I'm like, I just want to play your game.
Wink,
Yeah.
Wink goes, I was getting low on Pokeballs.
And I was low on balls.
Yeah, so that continues for me to kind of be a perplexing phenomenon. Just how many
Isn't it
people,
weird?
how
I
many
told you.
people just are flocking, and people you would never ever think would play
I'm
Pokemon.
saying.
This is a perfect example why almost all mobile games should be free to play.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
you're gonna if they let's just say they charge $4.99 from the get go, and whether it still has its Pokemon name to it at all, and everything, I bet you it wouldn't even have a quarter of its fan base that it has right
no,
now.
definitely not.
Yeah, I mean they would have cost themselves millions and millions of dollars if it wasn't free to play.
Yeah, yep.
It's like a drug, man. That's how you give them the stuff free the first time, get them hooked, and they keep coming back.
That's pretty much true, though. You put microtransactions in a
Oh,
game
man.
to help you, not
Mhm.
necessarily make it, so you can just pay to have everything, but
Yeah,
to help
see,
you,
this isn't
to
pay to
assist
win.
you in
This
the
is-
game. Yeah.
This is all stuff to make it less grindy.
Yep.
Like the lucky eggs you can buy,
Yep.
which give you double EXP, incubators, which you can help you hatch eggs, which
Mhm.
is the best way to get rare Pokemon right now is eggs. So it's stuff like that that makes it a lot less a lot less grindy.
So yeah, when
What's
you
your
do
highest
that,
level Pokemon, Wink?
I
Sorry.
think I'm in 400s with one dude.
oh,
Pete.
my
I'm only
highest,
level 9.
my
I'm still
highest
pretty low.
Pidgey is like a 27.
I have a Pharaoh that's 322,
Baller.
and I'm
Yeah.
level 6.
I've
about to
played
be
for
7.
about 45 minutes total, I think, if that.
I mean, like I see, like I said last week, if you listen to the podcast last week, I see the draw. I just don't understand it
Yeah, it's hard to
at
explain.
all.
I mean, I did read an article from, I don't know, maybe I'll post it on our Twitter, the link to the article. But it really was about, think about how the social things going on and kind of like the country, the U.S. anyways, how we've been really divided over a lot of issues over the past, 8 years, really. It really
Mhm.
divides. And so something that really attracts people from all age groups,
It does.
ethnicities, when people want something like that, and so I think that has something to do with why people like it so much, is because it's just like random people coming together for uniting for a single cause. They want to be the very best.
Like no one ever was.
To train them is our cause. Pokemon.
You missed.
I know what the theme song is. I just don't feel like singing.
I was hoping that we could just carry it on for like 2 minutes and just go through it. Have a moment.
I like all the memes and videos that have come out. In the original Pokemon show, and the Gotta Catch 'Em All Pokemon show at the end of the episodes, and it would, oh god, how
Who's
to
that
go?
Pokemon?
No.
Who's that Pokemon?
No,
The Poke Rap?
it was the little rap where it would start listing different.
Yeah, the
Pokemon.
Poke Rap, man.
Yeah, the Poke Rap, and then someone edited that video to Pokemon Go, and all it did, instead of listing like 15 different Pokemon, it just listed Rattatas and Pidgeys over and over again, and with the title, "This is my Pokemon Go experience." It's like Pidgey, Rattata, Pidgey.
That's so true, though.
It
That's
was.
funny.
It's so funny.
I think my favorite, though, so far, video and meme-wise, is where they took, how they did the that news reporter, and they had him singing Gangster's Paradise or whatever it was.
No, I'm
So they put the little clips of his voice. They just took little tiny clips of his voice through different news broadcasts, and they made him sing a song. You know, they put the music behind it. There's other little voice pieces. Well, someone did that for the Pokemon theme song in Obama, and it was absolutely hilarious.
That's funny.
Just how they made him say Pokemon, like when they do the when they says Pokemon. Yeah, it was so funny. I died laughing.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I want to be the very best.
Yeah, those are so funny. But anyways, we digress.
We digress.
So that's really all we had planned for this week. We know it wasn't a whole lot, but we do want to get to the Halo Fun Night just to hang out with our community. So if you're listening and you want to join in, my gamer tag on Xbox Live is Groove44. Andrew's is Winkle Stillskin. Zach's is Big Z133. Hit up any of us, and we'll get you in the lobby. Depending on how many people we get, we'll either be playing Warzone Firefight or we will be playing custom matches.
Matches.
I have some new maps, which I think, if we have 16 people, I think will go down wonderfully. So we'll see how many people we get, and we'll go from there. So do you guys have any closing remarks?
Can I just give one shout out before we
Absolutely.
close? We said at the beginning, my birthday is today, and I want to shout out to my friend Catherine, who was an awesome friend and has been bugging me about Overwatch for weeks now, asking why I haven't played this game. Well, as my birthday present, she bought me a copy of Overwatch, so now
Catherine, you're the best.
And now I can enjoy all the fun with my friends and see what all the hype's about. So
I told him to ring it,
especially with new characters coming out. It's a perfect timing.
It is. It really is. And with them kind of fixing the competitive mode as well, to where the tie breaking isn't so subjective. I guess it's so. Yeah, it's broken. So with them fixing it, it really is a great time to get into it. So
yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to play.
Yeah, look forward to us streaming that.
Sure. My final remark is I hope you guys have time sometime this week to watch, and next week I want to do this. Stranger Things on Netflix.
Yeah, I plan on
70s, 80s sci-fi thriller, paranormal activity kind of a thing. I will be talking about it next week, completely full of spoilers. So I hope you guys watch it because I want to talk about it because I think it's something we could all really get into and it's really nerdy culture-y. So I think we should talk about it.
All right. I'll plan on watching it this week then.
It's only 8 episodes.
I definitely will too.
All right.
8 episodes, an hour long. So
sweet. So
I'm on episode 5.
Yeah. Just one last reminder to you guys. Wings Trivia at Bitwar Gaming, #Wings Trivia. Also Ask BWG, #Ask BWG, of course. Our email address is bitwargaming@outlook.com. And after every podcast from here out until the eSports seasons start back up, we're going to have some game fun nights. So whatever game that ends up being, we're going to be doing that. So immediately after this, we'll be hitting that up. So for myself and Andrew Winkleman and Zach Goins.
And Ellie.
And Ellie, the dog. And Catherine.
Ellie!
Catherine.
I am Brett Bates. This has been Bitwar Podcast. See you guys.
Catherine, you the real OG.